Joining us here at Coaching School is Mark Schmid, head coach of the Woodlands Highlanders and our Lone Star Gridiron 6A Coach of the Year. Coach, thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now, Coach, you did make it to the state championship this year. You did fall to Lake Travis, but tell us about the year and your team making it there.
A special year, no doubt about it. The group of seniors that I had provided such good leadership, and they created an atmosphere, the chemistry that is unrivaled. And I think that's part of our success is the chemistry that we had, the fact that the kids enjoyed playing together, they supported one another. We had very few issues on the team. Practice was fun. Sometimes you get into a season, you can tell the kids are getting tired of the routine. It never happened with these kids, and they showed up every week. And our non-district schedule was really tough. We ended up playing two defending state champions in Katy and George Ranch. Our kids handled that challenge, like champions, and we were able to win both of those games. I think those wins gave us some confidence as we headed into district, and then the confidence just built each week, and that was who we were. We weren't flashy, just a bunch of good high school football players that loved playing the game and liked playing with each other.
You mentioned the harsh competition of Texas high school football. So tell me how your team was able to get past all those teams and make it to the state championship.
Like I said, our non-district schedule, we set it up to play who we feel are some of the best teams in Texas, because we know that when you get to the playoffs, those are the teams you have to beat to advance. And so that was a good proving ground for our kids. Like I said, it gave them confidence to go into the district season. Staying healthy is such a big deal too. And knock on wood, we were relatively healthy. We lost our starting running back in the bi-district game against Mesquite Horn, but we had another kid step up and fill that gap. And it was a seamless transition. And so staying healthy, having quality depth, and just believing in who we are and what we do is what our kids did week in and week out.
Now, you did have your son play quarterback for your team, so just tell me about how that experience was for you.
It's a double-edged sword when you have your son play for you, especially if he's the quarterback. All eyes are on him. That's where all the critique goes. I was harder on him than I was on any other player, and he'll tell you the same thing. But it was a wonderful experience, to have him out there. He's been on my sideline ever since he was 5 years old as a ball boy, and so to have him finally out there, as a junior and this year as a senior, running the offense. Not many coaches get that opportunity, and so it was a wonderful opportunity to be able to experience that. And then, to win the state 7-on-7 championship this past summer, to go on and play for a state championship adds to that experience. So, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
You mentioned losing players to injury. So how did your team overcome adversity? What makes your team so special?
Like I said, they like each other. They support one another. They're friends. And they really had to rally and pull their bootstraps up when Grant Milton went down against Austin Bowie in the third round playoff game. That was a tragic injury, and our kids. Whenever you travel to a game and you come back without one of your players, you have to leave him behind. That's a nightmare for a coach and a team. And we had to leave him in Waco because he had emergency brain surgery. Coming at the next week, we had a group of kids that were really, really tight with him. We had a team meeting, and they met with the team, and they said that we got to keep doing this for Grant, because that's what he would want us to do. That moment pretty much galvanized our team and the chemistry that it had, and I think that carried us a long way.
Now, as I said earlier, you are LoneStarGridiron.com's 6A Coach of the Year. We do have a ring for you brought to us by Legend Rings. Why don't you try it on for size?
You bet.
Now, it has your name on one side and the Woodlands on the other. So just tell me about what this ring and what that season means to you.
Well, first of all, this is a very humbling honor for me. I've been coaching for 31 years, and I know that there are great coaches out there that have great seasons. And for me to be selected to receive this award is very humbling. And this is I wish I could have one of these for every coach on my staff, because I'm the head coach, but they get the work. They do the work. I mean, they coach the kids and they make it all happen. And so, I'm honored to receive this on their behalf, and I'm thankful for you guys for doing this for coaches. It means a lot.
Going forward, how will you reflect on the 2016 Woodlands football team?
It's going to be a special season without a doubt. When you go to the state championship game, that season will always be one of the most memorable ones. But I think the way that our kids did it, the way that our kids went about their business, week in and week out, handling the different distractions and adversities that came their way, I think that's what's going to stand out to me more than anything else. Just watching those young men grow up over the course of 20 weeks, and what they were able to accomplish, how they were able to represent their school and their community. That's going to be something that I remember forever.
Thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
From Coaching School, I'm Nick Walters.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.